to my kitchen. I showed you a little bit before about what my kitchen looked like before the Frigidaire appliances. The Frigidaire appliances have started to arrive, and today I want to show you my new Frigidaire Refrigerator. Now, before I begin, I just wanted to say that I was unable to attend Blogger, but I hear that the founders of Blogger were dressed by one of my favorite companies, Ann Taylor. And I just want to note that for these videos, I have also been dressed by Ann Taylor. Of course, I drove over to the outlet mall, picked out the clothes, and paid for them, but potato, potato, same thing, right? Anyway, speaking of potatoes, let's take a look in the refrigerator. This is the refrigerator side of the Frigidaire Refrigerator, and I really love the amount of shelf space in here. I'm really extremely happy with it. Even though it is a side-by-side and the other one before that I had the freezer on top, I still have about the same, or I think a little bit more refrigerator space that I had before, and I have way more freezer space, which I'll show you in a second. These are adjustable shelves, and which is really nice, of course, because some things are just really teeny tiny, like all the little jams and yogurts that my daughter likes to eat. And then here we have this shelf. We actually have become a family of 5 since I made the first video. I did not have another baby, but my grandfather has moved in for a little while, and this is his shelf with the little Chinese takeout containers and his turkey and the eggs and whatnot. And then down here we have a shelf for some slightly larger things. Nice little rack for chilling, whether it be wine or little teethers. And then here, my husband's actually on drill. This would normally be filled with sodas and things like that, but since I don't really drink sodas, it's pretty empty right now. And then this drawer is always packed. This is my cheese drawer. This is the chill drawer, and it actually gets really cold in here. If you put it all the way to the coldest setting, it will start to ice. So I turned it down a bit, and now it's just perfect. It keeps my cheeses absolutely wonderfully fresh and delicious. And I'm a big, huge cheese fanatic, so it's very, very important to me. We make regular pilgrimages to the Village Cheese Shop out in Natatuck, and I just love to put my cheeses there. My daughter eats so much fruit, berries, all the time, and so this straw is for berries. And before, I've had refrigerators that have these little crisper drawers, vegetable and fruit drawers, and I never knew whether I put it high, I put it low, and this is great because this actually says vegetables, high, fruits, low, and I'll show you that a little bit more later. And then at the very bottom we have the vegetables. Another great feature of this is the number of shelves on the door. And I have here, as you see, the cream butter shelf right here. And then we have our condiments and also, again, other things that we need. Now this is really neat. If you have condiments that you use a lot, you just take this, and you lift it up, and you pull it out, and you can take it over to your table just like that. And that's the condiments that you often pull out of the refrigerator. See here, we have, my daughter loves Parmesan cheese, so we have that out a lot, and I'm a big fan of the Tabasco. Take it, slide it back in, and you're ready to go for the next time. Now, a few other features that I really like about this. Over here you have the indicator, so you know what temperature it is inside your refrigerator and your freezer. The other thing I love here is you can control lock. It's very easy to do that. My daughter's getting to that age where she's in everything. She's 3 years old. She wants to bring the water out and the ice and everything, and it would just go everywhere. But we can lock that. Light on and off here. I just turned it on, and I'm going to show you. I take my lovely glass here, and before my refrigerator, you had to press the button, so you had to use 2 hands. And if I was trying to hold my son on my hip, that was not going to happen. What you can do is you can slide this under here. You can get cubed ice, protect summertime drinks, a little bit of mint, and you can put in some ginger ale, and that's just wonderful just as is. If you like mint juleps, you can use the crushed ice and mint juleps, and this way you don't have to even crush the ice. And then a little bit of water, the most refreshing summertime drink, nice filtered water. The water filter has a green light, which means we're good to go. Yellow means we need to go order it, and red means we need to replace it. I love that there's that yellow light that tells you you need to order it. Now, as I mentioned before, I absolutely love that I can do this with one hand, because before I needed to use two hands, and that was so difficult when I was holding my son on my hip. This is a little bit oddly calibrated in that you're just going to slide it under, and it can be, if you have a narrower cup, it can end up just spilling out. So it's the only thing that I would like to tweak about this, and I need to delve a little deeper into the manual to see if I can do that, to see if I can calibrate it a little bit better. But right now, just being aware of the fact that it will flood out really quickly, the ice and the water, and that I need to have this tilted a little bit. Once I got used to that, it really is absolutely perfect, and it's so much easier than pressing the button for the water. But that would be the only suggestion I would have in terms of tweaking that a little bit. Other than that, it's really wonderful and it's so simple. And then you can just take this out if you do have a little spill and just clean it up. Let's look inside the freezer. This is the freezer, and we actually had a party recently for the kids, and this is absolutely an amazing amount of space here, because before I just had the freezer up top, and this is just huge for me. We don't freeze a lot of things, but when we have parties, keeping ice is great for the ice cream for the kids. And then down here we have, some of our frozen vegetables, and it really is actually quite nice to have that extra space.